been a really, really amazing time here, and the forecast at Como is looking spectacular. So let's get this blind sorted out and get on the road. Right.
Better let Will crack on with the figuring out how to drive on the
Correct side.
correct side of the road.
The next stop is the Mont Blanc Tunnel.
Yeah. So after all that excitement of let's get going and through the Mont Blanc Tunnel, today it's closed for maintenance. So off we go back through the mountains again on a journey that's about another 3/4 of an hour longer. So today's journey is going to take us about 5¼ hours, whereas it should have been more like 4 hours 30, I think it was. So Will's going to enjoy the mountain pass this time. He's in the hot seat.
I am. Back the way we came, I think, isn't it? Basically, it's into Switzerland.
I think so, yeah. And I've emailed the lady at the campsite and said, maybe not the time we were expecting, maybe just a shade later.
Tunnel closed.
So hopefully we'll get there at the time we now expect to get there.
It shows how important that tunnel is, though, doesn't it? To try and get over to Italy, because this is, when you look at it on the map, it's a serious detour to go back over the mountain and round and down.
And yeah,
it's quite a way. So but it's could be picturesque. I suspect it might be in cloud when we get at the top there.
Yeah, it's a little bit rainy today. Can't quite see the top of the mountains round here.
Yeah,
but it's cleared up a little bit since we got up. So that was raining quite hard at that point.
But we'll see. But moral of the story is, don't plan on everything being open when you come. However, that said, we looked at the Mont Blanc Tunnel website, and they do tell you for the whole year ahead when the closures are. So only when we put it into Google did we find it was closed today, whereas we could have actually been better at this and looked and then known.
The dumb Brits didn't plan, basically.
No, not that it would have changed our plans. We'd have just been prepared for a longer drive today, wouldn't we? But hey ho, it is what it is.
Off to Italy we go.
Off to Italy we go.
The tunnel is finally coming to an end, and this might be the first time that we actually glimpse Lake Como, and I think that is it. Camping Madonnina.
This is boding well so far. We're heading towards the lake still. Oh wow, lake view.
I need to go and find Tiziana, who I've been emailing.
He's going to say, thank goodness you're going to stop emailing me now.
We are.
Good morning. We have arrived at Lake Como. We are in a place called Domaso, so right at the very top. And it's a little bit rainy today. So I think plan for today is boat trip. We're going to get the high-speed boat down to Como. So we're going to go from the top of Lake Como right to the very bottom, which is where Como is, and do a bit of exploring there, because the weather forecast there looks a little bit better than here today. And then tomorrow the forecast is meant to be much better here, so should be able to get some good shots of this campsite for you, show you a little bit around Domaso itself, because it's actually got loads to offer. We thought the campsite was not really going to have that much to walk to or anything here, and it was all going to be about the lake. It is still all about the lake, but there is plenty to see in Domaso as well. We had a very quick wander around last night and had a few beers. So we are going to try and catch the 10 o'clock-ish ferry, I think it is, the high-speed ferry. You can only pay for it when you're on the ferry. There is a supplement because it's the high-speed one. It still takes an hour and a half, and that's a high-speed one. We did see it go past yesterday. It's a really cool kind of hydrofoil type ferry. So really looking forward to that. Sarah's just off having a shower at the moment, token based on this campsite. I think they're only about €1 each, something like that. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning here. You will see it, you will get a full tour. Just keep watching. So here we are, we've managed to make it to where the ferry goes from here. We've got our ticket, €35 for 2 people one way on the fast ferry to go from Domaso down to Como. So let me spin this camera around and I'll show you where we've just walked from. So this is the edge of Lake Como, and our campsite is just there. So all we've done is just walk round the bay here. Just hit literally 5-10 minute walk, no sweat at all to get here. And this is where the fast ferry goes from. So Sarah's in there, she's just sorted our tickets out. And it goes at 10:01, so here she is, look, the little stormtrooper, look. You sorted us out, got some tickets.
Yes, reading about taking dogs on the ferries. So although we don't have Roxy with us, maybe we'll come back in the future. And,
maybe.
The Babel fish of the Italian back into English is quite funny. Apparently you have to have the appropriate tools for the removal of excrement.
Oh, well, yes, we can do that.
Yes.
Well, we can do that. We need to muzzle train her though.
We do need to muzzle train her.
Yeah.
We're getting there with her.
Be a good idea, that. So I think we found it. This is the Duomo in the centre of Como. And very, very beautiful it is too. Let's go and have a look at the square down at the bottom here. Always find these Italian cities just absolutely fascinating. Always so beautiful, and such a great deal of outdoor seating everywhere. And always such amazing things to see. Sarah and I were commenting when we were in Chamonix that there didn't seem to be any kind of really high-end shops, so the Cartier shops, the Rolexes and all of that kind of stuff. They're here in Como, that's for sure. Every shop that we've walked past so far looks really quite expensive and quite posh. So here I am in my buff hat and my €10 t-shirt, maybe feeling a little bit out of place, but you know, that's tourism for you, isn't it? But, no, it really does feel like a fantastic place here, very, very high end. Just loads and loads to see, loads of history. This sightseeing business is hard work, so time for a rest stop and some lunch. And you've ordered some prosciutto and melon. Yeah, very nice. And what are you having to drink?
Rossini, which is Prosecco with strawberries.
Very nice. Normal beer for me, and I've ordered a panini. So really getting into the swing of this.
He's the Brit on tour, isn't he? I'm trying to be a little bit more with it.
That said though, the meats and cheeses are just, they're like nothing that we get at home, aren't they, in terms of quality and taste. They are just superb. So yeah, really looking forward to this. We did pass a little food place in the hole in a wall, so just a small little outlet in the side of one of the streets here with a massive queue, which I can only assume is on TripAdvisor somewhere, because the queue is enormous, doing kind of hot flatbreads to take away. And it looked absolutely stunning. We wanted somewhere to sit down, but yeah, we had one of those in Florence once, didn't we? And it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm sure that's what it is here too. But, yeah, time for a bit of a leg stretch and sit down and a beer.
So we've decided to use a little bit of our afternoon and go up on the Funicular railway. Not entirely sure exactly where it goes, but it looks quite fun. €6.60 as a return ticket. And we're just waiting now for the next one. This one's full, unfortunately.
It's every 15 minutes, I think, isn't it? Something like that. I think it was just for a view of the lake. Nice view of the lake from high up.
Lighthouse and things.
Yeah. We saw the track from down below, so should be good. And this one's full at the moment, just waiting to go. So hopefully, as soon as that disappears in 15 minutes, there'll be another one back here waiting to take us up the top.
Well,
I think this is what you call a beer with a view. It's quite spectacular, that.
So we're now standing just next to the Duomo in the Broletto. This was built in 1215, and as you can probably see from just over my shoulder, it's approximately a metre lower than the rest of the city up there. And this was only unearthed, I think it was in 1976.
I think, yeah.
When they were doing some excavations to take a look around. And it was basically built at this height, which was actually higher than the city was originally because of flooding. So they built it up to here in the year
33 behind.
33.
So that was when they built it up a metre.
That was when they built it up again there because of flooding. And that flooding had been caused because a chap decided to build a lovely bridge near Lecco, just down the road there, which then caused flooding here. So note, building bridges can cause problems.
But it's amazing, this floor here was only unearthed, if you like, in 1976. And this is the original floor from the city.
I'm more awed by the colours of all of the different stones in these
Absolutely
pillars.
stunning, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And the Duomo was built after this.
Yes.
Well, it's fair to say that this has been an eventful trip so far. We've had the boat thinking it's going to break down, stopped in the middle about 10 minutes after we set off, stopped in the middle of Lake Como, was going backwards, it was going forwards, it was kind of moving around a bit. We pulled into an unscheduled stop. The captain came out and said that we might need to stop the journey, and then he drove off again, and now we're going again. But I'll tell you what, the weather, you would not believe it's 7:30 at night because there's sheet lightning outside. It is so dark, the rain is pounding on the window. Just picked up some people who had their umbrellas pretty much turned inside out. Absolutely incredible, the way that the weather can change here. It's really quite bleak. It's very difficult to show you, but trust me, it is really, really dark.
Some actual fork lightning up there.
Sarah's just seen some fork lightning as well. Let's just hope in the next 40 minutes or so, which is probably how long its boat's going to take to get back to our stop, we can get through this and out the other side. Are you enjoying your trip back? Scenic trip on the boat?
I don't know whether to be terrified or amazed. This doesn't look too good, does it? There's a bed sheet hanging up over the passenger seat there. There's a tea towel randomly hanging up over the bench seat. That's a very sodden toilet roll. Did somebody have a shower by mistake?
Well, there's going to be a clue, isn't there? Because clearly I don't need a hairdryer. So why am I holding a hairdryer? That's the question. And the reason is I'm drying our quilt cover and the bed, because I'm not naming anybody. Could have been me, could have been Sarah. Somebody left the roof vent open a little bit, and I have to say it was only a little bit, and it's been thunder and lightning while we've been away today down in Como. So back at the van, bed wet, duvet cover wet, sheet wet, everything wet. And the bathroom, and the reason it's a toilet roll is because the bathroom vent was left up as well. And obviously with it being a wet room, that's not so much of a problem, apart from this is our only toilet roll. So we've obviously
We're going to have to go buy some more toilet roll ASAP.
And we might be living on kitchen towel before then. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So I need to crack on and do this. And hopefully when we go to bed in about an hour, well, I don't hope it's not going to take an hour's worth of hair drying.
I hope it's not. You'll blow my hairdryer up, I
And
think.
it's getting really warm in here because of it. But hopefully in an hour's time, we'll be able to go to bed.
Maybe we could open the roof vent and then...
You're never opening them ever again. That's it. Finished. Never going to happen. It's like people who've had an awning, didn't pin it down, and it went over the top of the van. They never use an awning ever again. Too scared. That's it. Roof vents sealed shut. Done. Never again. Well, the sun's out this morning, so it's a tour of this campsite, Camping at Madonnina here in Domaso, right at the top of Lake Como, and let's go for a tour. So just to give you your bearings so you know whereabouts you are, this is the main road running through Domaso. It's right next to the water. You can probably see it poking there on the left hand side. Restaurants and things stretch down there to the left hand side, and then as I pan round here to the right, there's a supermarket, there's loads of other gelato places, restaurants, shops, etc. This is the main road for the left hand side of Como if you're looking at it on a map, so Lake Como. And if I spin round, this is where we have Camping Madonnina. So we came down from the north side, so round the top and down, so we turned left into here. And as we came in, the first thing that we were met with is a lovely little area on the left here, which is the reception. And that also includes a little shop. They sell coffees in there, cappuccinos, espressos, those kind of things, milk and fresh meats and cheeses, those kind of things. You can order fresh croissant for breakfast, which is absolutely lovely. And then basically this is the campsite. So you've got everything in view here that you can see. So on the right hand side, you've got a few statics. And when I say statics, they're caravans which have got seasonal pitches here. Got some touring pitches down the centre, obviously you can see the lake at the back, and then you've got some touring pitches here on the left hand side. A couple of UK bikers here just on the tent bit, which is just at the back here. And well, we have to mention this, don't we? Those crazy Germans and their Morellos. Look at that liner, that is incredible. I think it's the first one I've ever seen in the wild on a campsite. Absolutely incredible to see one out here. You just think that you see them at shows and then you never ever see one or somebody actually owning one, but no, they're here. So let's have a wander down to the front. So you've got grey water disposal just here as you go out, and then basically these are your normal touring pitches. So as I walk down here to the lake at the front, you'll see our Sven on the right hand side here. There it is, taking in a lovely view. We haven't put the awning out yet today because we're drying a few of our bits and pieces from the crazy rain yesterday, just on the front there. And if you're really lucky, you can have one of these pictures at the front here, but effectively this is the view that you get. There's a little gate here that you can go through yourself for your own little access to the shoreline of Como. And then as you come out the front of the campsite, this is what you're met with. It's absolutely stunning today. So clear blue skies, not a breath of wind. And this here is the edge of Lake Como. From that gate there, you see our Sven in the background. You can turn right and there's some picnic benches, those kind of things just at the end there. That's nice to be able to just come and grab your croissants in the morning from the shop, come and take them down there with a coffee and just sit outside next to the lake. You might be able to see that ferry over the other side, just sitting there. That is the port for Domaso. So if you're going to get the ferry down to Como or any of the other towns and villages on the way down, you get a slow ferry from there to Como. It takes about 4 hours. The fast ferry takes about an hour and a half. And in a second, that ferry will depart from there. They're very quick. They don't hang around for long. And I tell you what, when that thing accelerates and goes past, it lifts way out of the water. It's on like a hydrofoil. So we'll just pause, see whether we can grab that, and then I'll show you the facilities around the campsite. Okay, let's go and have a look at the rest of the facilities of the campsite then. So the way the showers work on this campsite is token based. They're €1.40. Gives you about 5 minutes, something like that. And they're all for this shower block just down here. I've just come around the corner then, so you've got all of your waste which goes in there, and then just here, that's the hose for filling up your water if you need it for your motorhome, You basically bring your van next to reception, which is just behind this gate here. Let yourself through the gate. You can pull that hose through. Just down the back here is where you've got all of the toilet disposal, all of that kind of thing if you need it. But the facilities here are super clean. So you've got gents toilets with toilet seat, no toilet roll though, normal basins, hand washing, all of that kind of stuff. Showers through there, which is where you've got your token machine, just like that. So pop token in, press number, go in the shower, use the shower. And then down at the bottom there, you've got a wash up area, which is very handy. Ladies' toilets there on the left. And then down the back here, we've got some laundry facilities. So washing machine, tumble dryer, that kind of thing. Massive great sink if you just need to be able to do some washing. And obviously, got a few areas here as well. People are doing a bit of laundry. So that is your tour of this campsite. It's quite small and I'd probably say perfectly formed. A couple of other points to note here, it's cash. So cash or bank transfer, so no credit cards in terms of paying. And that also is the same for if you order croissants or cappuccinos, those kind of things, all cash. So just make sure you've got a little bit with you if you want any of that stuff. But really, it's a beautiful location. If you want something lakeside, you want it to be away from the hubbub of Como itself, have a look at this in Domaso, Camping Madonnina. Well, the Brompton's been out this morning. We thought we'd have a bit of a cycle down to the next little village along on the coast, Gravedona. Sarah's admiring the view as always.
Stunning, isn't it?
It is.
It's an often used word on this trip.
It
Beautiful.
is. It's just breathtaking. I think Como so far is, notwithstanding the height of the Mont Blanc viewing platform at Chamonix and all of those kind of things, and the beauty of Freiburg as well, I think for natural beauty, this really does have it all here at Como. I think the lake, all the vegetation, the mountains, the snow on the mountains in the background, this kind of outdoor cafe culture as well. It's absolutely unbelievable.
And just seeing lovely speedboats zipping off into the distance as well.
And I think our
People
cappuccino's
living
just
the dream.
arriving. I feel so lucky to be able to ride our Bromptons around this amazing coastline. Just looking down here at the bay where we've just had our coffee. It really is absolutely spectacular. And obviously Bromptons we think are perfect for the van because you can put them inside. You don't really have to worry about security too much, apart from obviously general security on the van. It doesn't add any length or anything like that either, and they're quite light as well. Even though Sarah's is an electric, it's still quite light for that. And she's got this funky little bag on the front which we managed to carry everything in, so that really helps too. So we haven't got a big rucksack or anything like that on today. Right, well, I thought we'd treat ourselves tonight, so we're in this beautiful restaurant called Arjo, and it's just right on the lake here. Campsite just over the other side there, so a very short walk round. Forecast could be a bit dodgy. Problematic. We'll just have to wait and see. It is party time in here tonight, Saturday night, so we've got the music on. We've been here once before for some drinks and they were fantastic as well, so fingers crossed this is going to be a stonking meal, so really looking forward to this.
In true 21st century tradition,
You've got a hardboard menu which you have to scan with your phone, so if you're here without data, forget it, you need it. Now I know you're all thinking that this is going to be just any old burger. Well, it's not, because this has got gorgonzola on it, which makes it an Italian burger. And they did say it comes with Italian meat, so yes, we're looking fine on that one. And Sarah has got
can't remember. It's basically like carbonara, but it has truffle as well.
very nice. And it looks like it's got actual bucatini as well.
It looks like it could be bucatini.
Real genuine bucatini pasta. Beautiful. Looking good. So we just ordered a couple of very regular desserts off the menu, and look at these cannoli. Oh, they look absolutely stunning, don't they? Well, that's the meal done, and I tell you what, it really was as good as we expected it to be. Absolutely stunning. So definitely can recommend it. Oh, Joe, come on.
Yep, and it didn't rain.
And it didn't rain. Well, it hasn't rained yet. We've got a very short walk back to the campsite. 5-10 minutes maximum. Fingers crossed it won't rain, and then we can stay dry and hopefully not have to fill the bathroom with all of our wet coats again.
And a wet toilet
and a
roll.
wet-
We did
yeah.
close up the van
We did
before we came
did.
out tonight.
We did. Yeah, we did. It's going to be absolutely roasting in the van. So the first thing we wanted to throw everything open so we can go to sleep. But yeah, absolutely incredible here at Lake Como. Can't wait for tomorrow though, because we're moving on and we're going to
Jungfrau.
Jungfrau tomorrow. So it's about a 4-hour drive.
Between 4 and 5 hours, about 200 kilometres.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a slow one.
Yeah. So obviously going to be loads to see on the journey. We'll do our best to capture the interesting bits for you, and hopefully, if the weather's okay, we're going to try and get up the Jungfrau over the next couple of days. So
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. See you in the morning.